Hello, this is Angela with Dogwood Paper Arts, and we are back to work some more on the Countryside Journal. Down in the description box, sorry about that, it lists all the people that I have been using paper from and, things you might need for this journal, if you want to create it like I'm creating it. Otherwise, use the things that you have, and you don't have to use the same punches I use or anything like that. You use what you love and what you would like to use. And the next thing, I'm adding a new paper to this today. It is by Triple V Vintage, and it is the coffee dyed paper that is the lace, the variety lace pack that she has. So I will put her description down below as well. I want to show you what I did. When I last left off, I talked about wanting to put a journal section in here, and I did that. I made it a hidden spine. There's a little bit of glue that shows. I think I'll be able to just kind of scrape that off. I let it dry completely before I went on and did anything else in the journal. I can see that I will need to go ahead and squish some more glue down in there. There's just no way to pin it down. Clamp it or anything, so you kind of have to depend on its own weight, really. So what I did was, after I squished it down for a while and squished it through the center, I just set it up like this tight and let it dry to try and hold that down in there. It is a hidden spine that way, so you don't see it out here. I'm still going to come up with something to put back here. Something that can be loose enough that this can open into a journal. So it has to be a kind of a flexible fabric. So this journal piece is in the first section that I wanted to originally put it in, and it has worked out perfect. I'm not going to fill this journal with all kinds of goodies. I have 2 pockets in it, and I will show those to you. So let's take a look. Here I have some of the checks from... let me look. Let's see. I think it's from Vintage and History. Or it'll be the Journalosity. I think it's Vintage and History. I'm not sure. Down in the description box, all of this is listed. So we have a vintage check here. This is a Rachel, Roxy Creations. This is one of those yellow, real thin, oniony skin type papers. This one is from the Journalosity shop. This is from the book. The Concise British Flora in Color by W. Keble Martin. 1,486 species illustrated. I purchased mine on eBay, and it was shipped right away. So I pulled out a page for that. I pulled out the whole page, and you'll see when we go to do the other one how I set these up. But here are the pockets in this journal. It's only the only 2. So then we go on to our next one. And this one is a Rachel at Roxy Creations. And so I got, looks like a couple, maybe 1 or 2 from each of the paper people that I bought paper from. And here's the other side of that. One side is the floral, and you flip it over and you have a journaling area and a little tuck spot. Now here my paper ripped, so I put a patch on it of fabric. Works great. So anyway, I just put blank paper in here and made a little tuck spot so that one side you get the floral and the other side you get the writing. And so here we are back to this page, and I'm going to have to stretch that out because the pocket is stuck, and I know I put hinges in there. It's almost sometimes when you have a really super thick paper that you need to put in double the hinges. Oh, come on. So, let's clamp that for a moment. And I think it wants to come up over there too, but I won't be able to clamp that. So I'll take care of that later. Let's go to here. This is where we want to put our next journal. Or, yeah, our next signature. We also want to make it a hidden spine. So I have taken some heavy duty file folder. It's still wiggly and wobbly. And I've cut it quite a bit smaller than the folds so that they'll still be able to fold in without getting caught up on anything. The pages can still fold and unfold. Okay. Now the other reason I made it smaller is because we're going to cover it with washi tape so that it is, we can do a hidden spine there and we'll have a washi tape that blends in. So I'll show you how I did that. I already have one. Oh, there's my needle that went missing. It's right there. Look at that. I wondered where that went. Okay, so this time, last time I used the art glitter glue. I'm going to use Fabri-Tac on this one. I think that it will hold better, quicker, and stronger. The art glitter glue does work very well, but with a fabric-y type of washi tape, I think this will be better. Boy, I need to clean out that tip. It must have some glue stuck in it. You think? Yeah, I think. It's full of glue. Okay, and then we'll come up with a top and bottom on this too. Not top, but not flipping it over top and bottom, but a top and bottom like which way's up. Okay, I'm going to put that on there. Going to move it clear down. I'll show you how I covered these ends. Now we could put a piece of tape over those if we wanted. That's not what I'm doing, but I could have done that. I do have the extra. And the way that that would get done would be right here. Before it gets too gluey, you would take one of these, not two, and you would, hang on, might as well just do it the right way. And then you would fold this down and glue it down. Come on, glue. Be a good glue. Don't be a naughty glue. Fold that down. Trim this up because you don't need all of it there. Save that for the other end. And then we still need to clip this little piece off because that's too much. There we go. I'm not being too precise on this stuff. So let me peel that one off. And we'll put this down. This is a very sticky glue, but I do love it. It's worth its weight in gold. Might as well just cover it and do it the right way, huh? Okay. Oh, look at that. I got an extra piece of washi tape there. Little piece there, little piece here, little piece there. It's a little bit everywhere. And just fold that over. On the other one, I didn't do it this way. On the other one, I used ink, permanent ink, archival ink. And I just stamped the ends down and on both ends. And so, you know, it instantly took care of it that way. Okay. Now this is the smaller side. I want to put it down first. I've got 2 pieces of washi tape just sitting there. And I really do want to get along that edge. Okay, I'm going to roll it up on itself and flip it over. Press it down. Now make sure you have a mat that you can glue on if you don't want to get your regular mat dirty. This is a good way to do it. Just put your stuff down and now I am pressing that down pretty hard. This washi tape, to be honest with you, since it's a repositionable, it has low tack, and honestly, I'm not very fond of it. No offense to 49 Market. Maybe they have maybe I purchased the wrong washi tape. But I think a high-tack glue for something, or a high-tack washi tape would be better. But anyway, it's kind of a flexible washi tape, so it moves around a lot once it's got the glue on it. It kind of just gets mushy and mushes around on everything you're doing. So I'm going to try just rubbing it down and see if that helps a little bit. Okay. Rolling that over. Okay, now this is going to be the bottom. It's going to be the piece that gets glued into the base of your journal. That's where the hidden stuff of the spine is going to be. Now you will have to trim this off if you left it like I did. And then I can see that even doing it this way, I'm still going to have to dip it into the ink. And that's just because of the innards of the tape I can see are showing. You probably can't see that from there, but you know, it's the tape has that kind of white core to it, so okay. Wiping up my glue because I don't want to get it on my book really. Okay. So I am going to dip that. Okay. So while that is drying, I am going to make a little T up here. Oh, no, I'm not. There we go. A little T for top. Right up there. So now we have our top and our bottom. Let's set that aside to dry. Okay, this is kind of dirty. Sorry about that, but hey, I'm busy making stuff. Okay, let me get rid of those little washi tapes because they're driving me crazy. They keep sticking to me. Time to send them to their new home. Okay. Now we're going to create the journal piece, the signatures. So let's do that. The one thing I do need to check first is that they're going to fit in here. And they are. They're going to be just fine. Now, I gotta get my ink dauber and fill on the floor. Okay. So we've got our hidden spine. Now before I use this to make my holes on the other one. So we're going to do the same thing here, but we're not making holes in here. We're going to make them in here. So we need to find our approximate center of this piece. That's the top. Excuse me, I gotta take a drink of soda or something. I don't know, soda will help. Okay, we need to find our center. You can do that by using a piece of paper and then folding it in half. Then you know where your center is. This is just about, well, it's 11/16 inch wide. So the only thing I do is I just count my spaces. So we have, not counting the first and the last, yeah, it's about 11/16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 spaces, 10 lines. 1, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, not counting that one. No. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. So approximately between the 5/16 and the 3/8. I'm just going to go 3/8 on it and make a line. Then I'm going to go up here and do the exact same thing, except for I'm not going to count on my spaces. I'm just going to go to 3/8, put a line. There we go. And now I'm going to draw that line all the way down. And does that look even? It doesn't look even that way. Well, I guess it does. It's just that I keep letting go of it. Okay. Okay, so I've got a really light line there. So then I took this piece and I have lines on it. A center and then about a little more than a 1/2 inch down on each side. Make sure we're going to the top. That line is just not straight. I am off. Sorry, I'm going to have to fix that because it's going to drive me nuts. Want it to be on the correct line. There we go. It's a little fat line now. Top. And this says top on it. So I have these little lines on here. Going to come down and we're going to put this on there. And you want it to be even with the base piece. The reason it doesn't come all the way to the ends is because I put on washi tape. So that made a difference there. Okay, so here's our first line. It's going to be there. And it looks messy down here, but you're not going to see that because it's all going to be underneath the signature. Okay, so let's take our awl. Now this stuff is probably going to go limp and weird. I'm making a big enough hole in there that I can come back to it. Okay, and then I'm going to make one right here. I don't want to stick it through my rubber mat underneath. There's the next one. I'm going to put that back down. Ooh, that one is off right there. Let's see. It's going to have to do. And then we need one right about here. Oh, I started to put a hole in it. Right here. Okay, so there's our 3 holes there. Now, let's see. What's next? If you don't like all those lines on there, now's the time to erase them. But honestly, they're probably not going to erase on this washi tape if you're using that. But if you're using something that's a lot lighter, you might want to erase it. You know, if there's a possibility that it's actually going to show. Okay, now we need to put this together. So we have that to dry. We have our little thing drying over there. So I had kind of a system, I think. This way and this way. Now, yeah, that'll work. Oh, upside down. That won't work. There we go. This way. And then, let's see what else I had. Oh, I had the check next before this. Let's find the check. Here we go. Just folding it in half. Check. And then I had another piece of copy dyed paper. And then I had a document. Then I had a yellow onion skin. And I can't get it open. Then I had another document. And I think it was this one I used. Something like this one. Yes. Like that. I wanted it going the right way. This is where I put in my next piece of paper. Just a minute, I got a runny nose. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, this is where I put in this piece. So the first thing I did was I came up here and I took this piece off. Just to kind of give it a torn edge and just to make it look more, I don't know, more beautiful. Just that we didn't need the extra white area on it. There we go. And then I took a piece of my paper so that I could measure it here, like so. And then I tore off the bottom. And you can save that. I mean, that'll make a nice something else. I don't know what, but it will. Then I came to here, and I initially folded this piece in like this. Just to strengthen it up. We like our paper to have some muscle in there. Okay. And then I put that down to use as my glue area. And I ran just stick glue inside of here. I don't think it'll hurt it. And, you know, I think this stick glue will last a long time. I think it will have stickability for a while. This might be crooked. I don't care about that. Okay, there's that. Let's do that with the other one. But it's going to go this way. There we go. And we'll glue that part down. We're going to use this paper anyway. So just glue that down. Okay. Now, we need to make sure that this is about this size. So the first thing I did was put my paper inside of it like this. Made sure it fit good. And I rolled this side back to start with and gave it a little crease. And then I opened it up like this and made my side tuck in here. Now, you can see that that is quite crooked. So, you know, do the best we can. Take the side of this that you were gluing on, and you're actually going to glue that into here. But you'll need to take off this extra little piece down here, because I made them too long to begin with. Ta-da! Throw that over there. And let's see. What I did on these was I put glue on the inside. Here, it's stick glue. And with the Scotch Create glue, I just, I'm pretty heavy-handed with it, because I do, you know, want my journal pages to last for a very long time. You know, you can only hope that they'll last as long as some of the old books did. And I just want to go around the edge with the art glitter glue, or whatever glue of you're choosing. I'm using art glitter glue and Fabri-Tac, or 3-in-1, and of course the, come on, sometimes these just get a big plug in them and you just have to get rid of them. Okay, there's that. Let's put this down. And I just put that on there. Not there. Oh, good heavens, ouch. Want to come away from the edge. There we go. If your paper's not strong enough, that's where you'd put washi tape or a piece of paper, something, you know, to make it better. Well, we've got a problem here. Let's try shaking whatever that is back down inside. There we go. Okay, let's go to this one. Now we already have our fold, so we should know that we could fold it this way. There we go. And on this one, we're going to put this inside of here. But it's also too long. Now, if there weren't any words on there, I'd just leave it without this paper, because I love the color of this anyway. So it would still work just as well. There we go. That might be a little crooked. That's okay. We can deal with that. I'm going to close that this time to make it just a little bit easier to see where I want to put the edge here. And, curling. It's getting a perm, I guess. Okay. I guess we shook that little goober back down in there, didn't we? Kept just floating back into the nozzle. Okay. So along this edge, yeah, there we go. Let's glue this down. Better dry that glue up there. Press that down. And there we go. Isn't that beautiful? Makes a beautiful page, doesn't it? Wouldn't that just make a beautiful journal? Just to do those and then do the back with coffee dyed paper. Yum. So then we have this piece. Now if they're hanging over the edge, that I didn't worry about it. You know, it's just, it is what it is. I just wasn't going to worry about it. And then we had this piece. And in the center, oh, then I had one of these. And then I'm missing one paper. Oh, there it is over there. Put this in. And voila. There we go. Let's see. I think, yeah, we'll turn it that way so it can be read this way. That would the way I would want to read it. That doesn't mean that's the way you would want to look at it. So just making sure everybody's in the right direction and not upside down. And yep. Okay. Get that all together. And there we go. I know, squishing, 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 squishing. There we go. Okay, it's going to go there. Okay, so now we need to get our holes on the inside. So find your center, which I think is this one. Press that down in. Sometimes they just slide right into place, and other times you have to really mess with them. And then this is how I do it. I clip one side, then I situate it around and make sure the other one is in. And I clip that side. Now, what do we think? That looks even. Okay. I forgot to write top on here. Okay, so this is the top. I'm just going to write top right up here on the front page because I don't want to forget. Yep. Okay. Now I went ahead and found this piece of paper again, and I looked for the top, and I made sure I was going in the right direction. And then I put this evenly. It's going to be a little higher, have a little overlap on top and bottom. The reason for that is because this is sized to the journal itself, and you can see a crooked page in there. Okay. This is sized to the journal itself, and the paper is smaller than the journal, which you do want. So it will have a little overhang top and bottom. Then we'll have one there, one about there, and one about there. There we go. Now, I always like to start in the center. Now, if you want to use a couple of awls, you can leave one inserted, and sometimes that does help. There's the next one. And, oops, it went right through my mat. Angela. Okay. We have our holes in here. We have our holes in here. Top. Aha. There's that T. That's the top. Yep. And now we need our needle and some thread. Now you can use, you know, this great big book that I got the flowers out of, the British Concise, whatever it is, it was just on double string. You know, and I'm starting to think I like that idea better too, because it wouldn't be so thick and chunky like this stuff is. So, you know, I think it was a thicker string, but more like this. I would like to find some of this pearl rayon for doing journals. I think that would be very nice, especially if it was on a bobbin like that. I mean, how much cheaper would that be to buy that great big thing? I don't know. Maybe it'd be more expensive. I really don't know. I'm just talking. Okay. Double check. Top of book. Okay. This is going to go through the center. And through the center. Now, it would help if it's tight getting through this. I mean, there's a lot of glue there. There's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of stuff there. You can use your, if you have a bigger awl, you can give it a little extra oomph by giving it a bigger hole punch. Now you could use your small hole punch on your whatever it is. We Are Memory Keepers hole punch. There we go. There. Look at that. So much easier. It will make it easier, easier, easier. Okay. And then we need to go through here. And through here. And then we'll go down through here. And through this hole. Top. Okay, just double checking. Nothing worse than finding out you really messed it up. You don't want to go through your thread, and what I mean by that is when you poke through that hole, you don't want to accidentally catch the tiniest little piece of thread there, or you'll have a heck of a time. Oh, let's go this way. Yep, they both hang down. Okay. Now, tighten that up, but don't tear your pages. You want to make sure it's tight back here. And look, it's not. So there's something amiss. I do find it's easier to if you pull these in the correct direction. There we go. You're going to glue them down anyway. You don't want to tear your pages. I'm just about there on mine, and that's silly of me to do that. We don't want to tear our pages. Okay, got those put away. I'm going to go ahead and clip these. I probably won't put any charms on them. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not there yet, so. Okay. Now this is going to be floppy to get into here. Not sloppy, but floppy. We hope it's not sloppy. It's nice and straight, so that's good. You want to push down these holes that we made because they kind of tend to poke out a little bit. So go ahead and poke them back down. It's just the file folder getting in the way, but if they're flatter, it'll be easier to get it into your spine into the back of your piece here. Okay, now this is honestly, I think, the hardest part of this whole deal. Hopefully it fits in there, and it does. Okay. So, we know we want that piece over there. And if this needs to go closer to that edge than in the center, that's fine. Let's get rid of that string. So this is where you're going to have to try and get it evenly in there. You'll have the problem of the oddness shape of the odd shape of the book. So here we go. This is the hard part. So let's get rid of these so we don't accidentally glue them in. And let's tuck this guy under there. Oh, let's get that off there. Okay. So let's put our glue on here. Sounds like there's a hole there. Yep. Glue dry my hair with it. Top. Make sure. Otherwise it might not fit in there correctly. Oh, that'd be terrible, wouldn't it? Now, I think I did use Fabri-Tac on the other one for this part, but for the rest of it, gluing this washi tape to the board, to the file folder piece, I use the art glitter glue. Go clear to the bottom. Okay, now that is a nice thick layer of glue. Okay, gonna let that get just slightly tacky. Now I'm going to come down here. I'm not going to put a great big layer in here. I'm just going to kind of etch some in there because it will help. It will start absorbing into this washi tape, and it will make it easier to adhere the two pieces together. Little science. Not that I know much about science. Okay. Top. There's the top. Look at that. I'm putting it in upside down. Okay. So it's best to start on one side and then worry about the other side. The only thing you want to make sure is that you're not over either side of the thing. So I'm going to lay that down. I'm going to scoot it clear up to the top. Now I may have to clip a little bit of that. I can see that its distance is the same from the edge of the book where it curls in. So it's positioned well. And you can see that by the way that it's positioning in there. Okay, so let's go back this way. Let's take a peek. Sorry if my head's in the way. I'm trying to show this to you while I show it to me. Okay, now open it up in the center and press it down, and then you want to make sure. Oh, see, now it's come up over here. Whoops, oops, oops. See, right here. And there's just no way to clamp it. You have to clamp it with your fingers until it just catches and starts drying. Clean up any glue. You'd hate to glue your whole book closed now. Yeah, I would definitely pick something different than the fabric washi tape to create a spine with. It's too squishy, and once it gets wet again, it becomes squishy again. It's not like the glue hardens it up, you know, like everything else. It gets really super flexible again. Okay. I want to check here. Almost could bend that backwards and clamp that, but I don't want to do that. That will hurt the shape of the book. So I'm going to give it a good push down there and here. Make sure it's even along here, because if it's even here, it will look even everywhere else. Okay, so now I'm going to put this all together, And we are going to clamp it with something. Maybe this one. Nope. This one? Nope. Nope. Well, I don't know what we're going to clamp it with, but we can't clamp it now. So what I'm going to do is shove this between my cabinet and hold it up with some tools, and I'm going to leave it until it is absolutely dry, to where there's no question about it. Okay? And so I will say to each of you, don't forget to like, which is a like, or a thumbs up, or whatever, I don't know. And subscribe to my channel, and please leave a comment. I love to answer them, and it's kind of like Happy Mail to me, because I don't get much Happy Mail. You know, I'm just, I don't know. I guess, I don't know. I need to send Happy Mail out, I guess. That's what I need to do. You guys need to get some Happy Mail from me. Okay, so anyway, we're all living a good life. We're all having fun on our pretend and real farms. And I love you guys, and I sure appreciate every one of you being here. I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.